Do you know that when Hindus originally created the chessboard, it was gray and white. But when it went to Arabs converted gray into black. So the strong colors were, were imposed from outside. Very strong colors were almost none in the original Hindu texts and in the scriptures. And they have always talked about gray color. Do you know why gray? Because you always talk about Krishna, black, Kali, black, Ratri, the goddess, black, and everywhere there is a exploration of black, which is considered as unholy, symbol of sorrow in the West. So Hinduism is probably the only religion and only culture in the world where you will find that the darkness and the greatness and the beauty of dark has been explored. I mean, with the gods and goddesses, avatars, and also thousands and thousands of years of scriptures. But bright colors were there, like Sankhya philosophy talking about white, yellow colors and their combinations. So you will find Saraswati, the fundamental and the oldest god of Hindus, were white, and then yellow goddess Lakshmi, and so on and so forth. However, when you go to Mahavidya, and that's Vidya, and then Vidya means knowledge, and when you try to get into their compositions, and many structured gods are there, and their symbolisms are there, it's a mixture of colors, yellow with pink. Have you seen that color? It's beautiful. And then sea green color, what I'm wearing, the Shama Kali. So Shama Kali is not black, even though it's Kali. So when you create composition of different time architectures or kala chakra to represent knowledge and wisdom and other parts, every time you will find it's a gray shade. It's a combination of strong colors that has been used. And that is the most profound thing which you will not find in the discussion of the scholars, that, that Hinduism is all about mixing of colors, but there is a laid down grammars, which one has to be mixed with whom, and what represents that, because in the mind that kind of emotion and that kind of perception is generated by every color, every smell, every single sensory system were classified and organized based on the perception, emotion, and the cognition responses, because that actually takes us to the combination of Maya. We see Prakriti, the spatio-temporal dynamics all around us, and in that transience, Santarasa exists. And that is actually Nirveda Mula. So as said by Bharat Muni in his Natya Shastra. So Shantarasa, Shanta does not mean that it is absolute zero. Shanta means it's a combination of many different strong emotions and perceptions that gives an equilibrium into it. All the possibilities come together. So today we will learn about this unique features of Hinduism, the gray color, gray shade, which says nothing is truth, nothing is false. So everything has to be gray, a mixture of the two. And why it is so important, and if you don't understand it, it is difficult to get into the realm of Hinduism. Even in 600 BC, we could see literatures like Naranga Vastani Dharayat Suddham Śāntaṃ Cha, 915 of Dharma Sutra. So they are asking, don't wear strong colored dresses, wear soft, light colored dress. So it was prohibited. I mean, there were, you all know, there were strict rules, which smell you will be using in which time of the day and which purpose. So Vastu Shastra, Vastu Shastra about where to put the house, in which direction wind will come, sound will come, and all these kind of things based on the climate of the of particular place. But you don't know that there were another Vastu Shastra. And I knew a person, he is still alive, I think, in Banaras Hindu University, who actually is a scholar of smell Vastu. So Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam, you heard about this phrase, but which smell, which time? It was a clear prescription for that. Regarding this gray color, the best example you will find in Yagyavalkya Smriti 3.115. You will find it is written śāntaṃ sadeva dharayaha tamasā samayuktaha. Tamasā, that is the binding force. So if you read the entire Yagyavalkya Sutra, this is all about the architecture of the darkness that constitutes at every single part of the universe. So it is just like in tubes, many nested tubes, one inside another, intricately binding every single thing, every single atom, every single structures of the universe. And that's why if you want to be in synchronization with that tamasā, tamaguna, then you should wear soft color dresses. So this is all about dresses, and why you should wear it, because you want to transform your cognitive experiences and want to transform yourself from Maya and want to go beyond Maya, because enter spatio-temporal dynamics, the Prakriti is an exemplification when tamasā comes and binds it together. If the network of tamasā is absent, then Prakriti cannot exist and puruṣaḥ cannot manifest with it. So, but if you want to conquer and you want to go beyond towards puruṣaḥ, then you have to have the greatest friend, and that is tamasā. That's why darkness and other things are holy thing in Hinduism. It's very, very fundamental. So where it is not prakashate purna rūpa, there actually you will find it or that tat. But one of the best descriptions you will find in a Manusmriti 5.10, where he is arguing that Shuddha Vastrani Dharet, as in that century, 1000 BC to 0 BC, everybody was arguing to stopping people to use any strong color, any strong smell, anything that is strong. At the same time, Manusmriti says that Vivida Varnani, so the different types of colors you should not be wearing. So if there is a combination of different strong colors together, then you should avoid it. So if it is there, then you cannot get the real pleasure or real softness or real perception that you want to generate, and you want to go beyond Prakriti towards puruṣaḥ. So there are several laid down arguments. I'm not going to increase and get into details, but here we find the exact clarity that it is prohibited to combine yellow with green, the red, and then mix together like the Hawaiian shirt. So if we go to Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa 6.1.1.2, then we find that he is saying exactly what I was talking about. Why gray? Because every single point in this universe is with nested tubes-like structures, because that is coming from actually Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa, and it is 600 to 700 BC. So you understand that entire subcontinent was transforming from the concept that tama guna or quality is not something outside in the external universe or somewhere. Every single point is the integrated tube of darkness. And there is a light tube of lights also. However, if you want to make the transition between the tube network, nested network of tamas and sattvagunas, this white tubes or red or yellow tubes, then if you want to make this transition, you should always remain at the junction between the two. So Śatapatha Brāhmaṇa comes out with that kind of argument in the hymns I just noted. So that's the reason you should always remain in the mixed colors. So another episode I will talk about how different gods and viddas and knowledge and wisdom were given a specific combination of colors to give us a wide ranges of grammars of shades of gray.